just to correct you, it's not 2, it's actually 3. 3 clean audits in a row now. Yeah, look, I think it makes me extremely proud, both of the MRC itself, and also more particularly for the finance and operations team, which have shown tremendous dedication through the year-end audit process, and you know, every day to make sure we maximize our compliance, etc., to deliver on the clean audit status of the organization. Yeah, I think they're extremely dedicated. I mean, they work very hard and very long hours, particularly over the year-end process. And I think there's a certain amount of pride amongst the team in that they're also contributing to making the MRC great. You know, a clean audit means many things. It means and is a signal to our funders, both national government and international funders, that the money they give us is going to where it's meant to go, which is to science and high impact health research. And I think that also helps us to attract more money. And we've seen tremendous growth in the income from the MRC. This year we should be generating almost R1 billion in income from government and funders, and a lot of that is attributable not only to the impact of the research that we do, but also the clean audit status of the organisation. I think that also contributes to the pride of and the motivation of the finance and ops team. There are three things that the Auditor General looks at in awarding a clean audit. Firstly, it's unqualified financial statements. These are the financial statements and the annual report we do every year, making sure that the financial results are clean and free of error, and then ensure we comply with the laws and regulations of the country and their internal policies. And then thirdly, making sure that our APP, annual performance plan, is accurate and adhered to and is free from error as well. So those are the 3 areas. I think it sets us ahead of our competitors, other research councils, and also other public entities in that regard. Compliance impacts everybody. It's not just a management issue. In fact, non-compliance anywhere in the organisation could result us losing our audit status. And I think the challenge for us now is to improve our efficiencies, while at the same time not impacting our compliance, which at the end of the day could impact our clean audit status as an organisation. Yeah, I think the main policy that everyone is aware of is a supply chain management policy. This determines how we procure services from our service providers, how we purchase goods, etc. And there are a number of regulations which are detailed in the supply chain management policy. For instance, for purchases above a certain level, you have to go out in an open tender process. For actually services up to a certain level, you are required to get 3 quotes. So if a staff member appoints and engages or places an order on a supplier with only getting 1 quote, that is a contravention of the supply chain management policy. And if you have a number of those, that would incur what we call irregular expenditure, which needs to go to the board of the MRC for what we call condonement, and if significant enough in terms of value, may result in us losing our clean audit status. So that's an example of how everybody can assist us. So we've implemented a number of initiatives in the Directorate. We have implemented SLAs, service level agreements, for all of our departments, whereby each of them have targets for turnaround times. For example, sales and S&T claims, payment to suppliers, requisitions for travel. All of these have target turnaround times, and we measure and track those and report those every month. And the idea is obviously over time to make those targets more stringent, so we tend to improve our turnaround times for these major processes. We all know JDE, We upgraded it probably around about 3 years ago now. What that will do, it will improve the look and feel of it, of the system when you go in. It'll allow us people to approve transactions on JDE from their cell phones. That'll obviously improve the functionality of the system. Yeah, and as I say, it'll allow you to use the latest browsers on the system as opposed to being stuck with, I think it's Firefox that you have to use at the moment. Another project that we're looking at implementing is the archiving system for all of our files. You walk into finance at the moment, you just see files from floor to ceiling. You can't see the people sometimes. So what we're doing is actually moving finance into a new area in Building A, which we are redeveloping. Now we've finished the presidential area. And then at the same time, when we do that, we're going to get rid of all the files, hopefully. So everything will be stored electronically, which I think will improve efficiencies. So that's another area, another project that we're looking at implementing to improve efficiencies. All of the areas in finance and operations have really achieved great things over the last three years or so. And it's really a contribution of everybody, both the management and the staff in those organizations, an incredible dedication of everybody. I just like to thank them all and really express my appreciation for the achievements that we've had, and more of the same. You know, you can't take your eye off the ball on this one, and one slip, and we can lose a clean audit. And I think that will be a shame. So we've just got to improve our efficiencies and keep going forward, and I know that I can rely on the team in finance and operations to continually push the envelope.